Welcome to episode 15 of Tales from a Disappearing City. For this episode, I've got, I guess a recent acquaintance, Godfrey, Uncle G.
How are we doing?
Urban intelligence, a man of many names. Do you want to just introduce yourself, G? I met you, only in the last couple of years, really. But yeah. I met you down at, it used to be when it was Discworld, now Planet Wax, and it was down in Deptford. I met you down there.
Yeah. My name's Godfrey. I've been in the game, 5 years. I got into it when I was, 13, 14. Mainly just happened to bump into certain sounds.
Where were you from there, Godfrey? Where did you go up?
I'm Chilean. I come from Chile in 1976. And my parents are a political refugee. And they put us in, when we come over, they put us in Notting Hill Gate. Stayed there for a few months and then they stuck us in sunny Woolwich, Maurice Walker Estate, which was like a battleground when we went there, mate. It was mental. Do
you know what year they moved you to Woolwich, or do you remember that?
It was 77, 78, I think.
So yeah.
We only stayed in Notting Hill for about 6 months, so 78 around then. That's when it's full on National Front, mods, rockers and all that around that way. It was really a gruesome time really to move over to this country for a little foreigner anyway, you know what I mean, like myself.
Yeah, because you grew up in Woolwich, I grew up in Abbey Wood, so I know that area very well. And I remember a lot the violence of the 70s and the 80s of anyone who looked remotely different.
Yeah. Well, that estate there was notorious for being violent, notorious. Everywhere you went, Maurice Walker Estate, stay away from them. That's what I found out afterwards, you know what I mean? But within that estate, there was many different cultures, many different people. You know, Jamaicans, Indians, Pakistanis, a couple of Chileans, you know, Irish, Scottish. But from a mixture of people, you end up learning about each other, you know what I mean? It becomes like a community instead of violence. After you get to know everybody, it's like a little hub. It's like family. You actually get looked after a while. But initially, you have to take a few beatings to just get into into the community of people, get to know what they're like. But musically, that's where I first started hearing these different beats. At night time, these boys used to have their like parties, reggae parties and that. Used to be out there all night, all night till 6 o'clock in the morning. Everyone's going, please turn it off. But you're a little just.
Is that like blues parties or?
Yeah, blues parties. I don't know who was putting the sound system. I know it was the local boys, and you could hear them chatting on the mic and that. You didn't have a clue what they were saying.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
I'll say for people who don't really know what a blues party is, that's when they just put a sound system in someone's house, flat, and they'd normally, I don't know if they'd be selling the drinks or it'd be like a cheap bar.
Put a blue light on or a red light on.
Yeah.
Come in for a few quid.
Yeah.
All night long. Bosh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Most of in them days, the police used to leave you alone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But these guys used to have it at least once a month. They used to have a party. It was just down the road and it got louder and louder. And do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so you had to be involved with the party whether you liked it or not.
Whether you liked it or not, mate, you was asleep when wherever the beat was carrying on.
Because they used to go on all night, weren't they?
Yeah, all night, man. Talking about all night, mate. And obviously growing up in an estate like that, like it wasn't just that, it was also like a lot of domestic violence, a lot of drugs. You know what I mean? A lot of madness. It was madness. But, you know, you learn, innit? You learn from the street. You know what I mean? That's where all our music really originates from, the street. Simple as.
Yeah. Did you grow up listening to any Chilean music, or was that just in your past, or like?
The old man and that come over, because we moved into a different country. He said, look, right, we've got to involve ourselves in this British life. Leave all the ponchos and the hats and all that sort of. Because in Chile, you used to have the flares, obviously, because it was the 70s. But also a lot of Chilean people come over. Well, you see them now, like you see the little rude boys wearing little hats like that with a little string like that, little woolly hats and all that.
Yeah.
They come from the Andes. Them figures, and also their ponchos and all that.
How do you think that'll go down on your Woolwich estate if you turn up with a
Oh
poncho?
well, this is the thing. This is what he said. He goes, "We've got to transfer ourselves from Chileans to try and fit into this environment." So he were like, most of that was like, just leave it alone. Start, you know what I mean? You know, we didn't come here to take over the country. No. We come over here to.
Bring your ponchos over here.
Yeah,
seriously.
put the ponchos away somewhere. Like,
mate. Yeah.
You know, but yeah. So like the old man said, like, well, we got to try and fit in. So we did, but he used to he brought over a few. He wasn't really a musical man, except for he used to love his. Let me see, what would you call it? Countries, like every country's got their own native sound, and our one. Is like you got a guitar and a drum, just like, so for instance, the Mexican sort of thing, but it's called cueca, cueca, and you get a man and a woman chasing with a little handkerchief, and then that's all the ponchos, the spurs and all that, you know what I mean, the man wooing the woman and all that, and it's like really, it's like happy, uplifting sort of stuff. But so he had a few records of that, and then obviously from the 70s you had Saturday Night Fever. The Bee Gees, the Beatles, Elvis, and what else? A few other bits and bobs. So that was mainly it. Well, that's what mainly we played at Christmas, New Year's, and all that sort of thing. So that influenced that. There was no outlets like for music, anything other than that. What they showed you, well, what I did, what I knew of anyway. Then what they just showed you on the TV. If there was anything on the TV, you know what I mean? But that's where the main influence come from, like the Bee Gees, Beatles, blah, 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 blah. And then Top of the Pops, then they started hearing the New Romantics of Ultravox, Duran Duran, Madness, you know, all that sort of stuff. And the Madness stuff got me. I was like, whoa, that really tickled me.
Yeah, what was it about Madness then?
It's just just scatty. It was scatty. It was different. Yeah. It was scatty. You know what I mean? It's like uplifting. It was happy, and it was energetic. It's the energy in it's like ska music, isn't it, more or less, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ska.
Well, they come from that scene. I mean, the first album's got like. It's got the Prince Buster tune on, and they obviously they mutate that sound. Yeah. And I think the early Madness followers was, they had the skinhead following, which is obviously good and bad.
I love that one step beyond thing.
Oh yeah, I remember buying that album. Yeah.
I was like, oh my days, those just scatty. Boy, yeah, no, they had energy. They had energy, and all the kids at school with me, I see them freaking out. And there was no. Like I said that the skinhead feeling, but there was no colour, there was no race, and everybody just started breaking off.
Where was the two-tone thing?
Yeah.
Because I remember that coming in, and like I remember actually some kids at my school drawing the little logos, the two-tone logos on your, what do you call it, the school book. Yeah. And I'd be like, I remember going, oh, what was that? And they're like, oh, that's two-tone, like the logos. And it was one of them that the white kids and the black kids.
Yeah, everybody was just bosh on it.
Yeah,
there was no colour. Like you said, like the skinhead thing. But I don't know. Afterwards, I heard that the actual proper skinheads that weren't racist, they actually listened to reggae music.
Yeah.
The original ones. The original ones. You know what I mean? And then all the racism and all that come along as a, I don't know, whatever. You know what I mean? I didn't know, you know what I mean? But I was too young and the rest of it, but I didn't know. I thought, really? So the racists are listening to reggae, and I'm thinking, a bit confusing for me, you know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? But it's the way it is, isn't it? But music's music, like you say, you know?
It's all right. So you start getting into Madness and all, like, Top of the Pops started sending, like, the poppy sort of direction or...
Yeah. And I see a guy on there called Malcolm McLaren. And they said, oh, this is the new one by Malcolm McLaren or whatever, and it had these kids spinning on the floor and blah, 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 and there's a wicked little bit, I was like, what the fuck is that, mate? You know what I mean? For what is that? What is that? Well, that's hip-hop.
Yeah.
That's what Just first.
Buffalo Girls, that was.
Buffalo Girls. Oh my God, I still get pimples when I listen to that. You know.
Yeah.
I still go, oh way.
That is one of them moments that I know
serious, man.
I remember seeing that, and the scratching, but basically seeing people like doing the world famous Supreme Team, I think's on it, doing scratching.
Yeah.
And I was straight away like, what the fuck is that?
Exactly.
And then the wicker.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, the break dancers spinning on their head.
Yeah.
I think that was the thing. Like the following day, in all the schools, like all over the country, like people are like.
That was an explosion, wasn't it?
Suddenly,
bang!
Suddenly, loads of injuries the next day. People trying to spin on their head, thinking, "Oh, it's fucking easy."
I see many people like you said, like injuries and all that. They actually thought, let's have a bit of that. Thought just jumping on their heads. Like, no, you actually see kids, and even adults, mate, walking around with the collars on and all that. But that was the main thing. Next one was, for me, was Break Machine.
Yeah.
The whistle song, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what it's called.
You still see that in every charity shop I go in. Every few months there's always a copy of that.
Yeah, seriously, and their break dancing was a little bit. They had more break dancing. It's like, even better, like, you know.
Yeah. Did you do any break dancing, any popping or any stuff like that?
After I went, initially not really, but then you had no choice. You had to either be boring or be a break dancer, a body popper. If you weren't in the crew, on the manor, if you weren't in the crew, you was a little, like, you know what I mean? You was a target, more or less, you know what I mean? So you had to be...
So were you in a crew, were you?
In mainly just me and my brother and my mate Glenn, just having a little dance about.
Did you have a name for your crew, or was it just you?
No, we didn't really have a name then. Right. That was just the initial thing there.
Right.
We went into after a few, maybe 30 years after, my brother-in-law was working at his printing place, and one of the girls there they held a body popping competition. So they brought us along just to have a look, and we went, we'll have a go at it. We jumped on the stage as the Shack crew, and like we took it off the whistle. You see, like the whistle song.
Yeah.
It says Shack Records, right, or whatever. I'm sure it was a Shack Records. And I thought, we're the Shack crew.
Right.
And we was on it when we come second.
Oh, amazing.
You know, we come second, and it was like, we just jumped.
Do you want to show us any popping moves?
No, not here, not now. Give me a few months when I bring you down a bit. Then,
okay, all right.
I'll let you know.
I'll cut in a video in a few months of you spinning in your head in the middle of Planet Wax on a Friday. All right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah?
But what's it, So like I was saying, the whistle crew. Then after that came an amazing film called Breakdance. At the same time they had to release the tune called Tour de France, which a guy called Turbo in it done a little dance scene.
Yeah.
If they didn't release that, they would have been mad. Because that was the best tune in the whole of the film. That's what I thought anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that was just the tune, mate, you know?
It's still a classic.
It's a brilliant tune, man. This craftwork, isn't it?
Yeah, well, there's the mix.
masters.
I don't know if you know, there's the mix to go. There's a Francois Kevorkian mix, which just has the breathing for about 2 minutes at the start. And like that's the one you play, and it just had that. I'm not going to do the heavy breathing because I don't want to. Yeah, exactly.
But it's just the
but
way
that goes on for about a minute and a half, and then
Is
eventually the beats kick in, and I still play that, and like people go mental when the beats kick in.
I didn't realise it was on a 12-inch.
It's on the 12-inch.
So I remember buying the little 7.
Yeah.
I was a kid, innit?
Yeah, exactly, mate.
Where's the money come from? You know what I mean? Wow. Saturday job.
Yeah, exactly.
No turntable. We could.
Yeah.
Just got to tune. Yeah, great.
Yeah, but that's a banging tune. All right, so you check the film out. Yeah.
Check the film and turned my life around, mate. That was it. I had to be in the break. I had to learn how to do that. I had to try my best anyway. By that, when the film come out, the whole of Woolwich just breakdancing and body popping. You couldn't go anywhere, mate. The stereos, the bits of carpet, the bits of light, should I say. Mums going in their kitchens and there's no light. It was brilliant. It was a brilliant time. There's hundreds of body poppers in Woolwich Square. Everyone, all the different crews. You had Spectrafalls, Barbarian Rockers. I think Woolwich Common Crew, they had one. And the Spectrafalls was like all from round my estate, Francis Street, all round them areas, you know what I mean? We used to hang about.
Was it a friendly rivalry?
No, it was friendly. It was friendly. Initially, it was friendly.
Because Woolwich back in the day, I know when I used to go out drinking and stuff like that, it's not a place you really wanted to, it was a violent place.
We as kids, as youngsters, we had a thing that we would not go drinking in pubs.
Yeah.
Because Woolwich is very violent, especially with the alcohol and that. So we stayed away from pubs. We were like road kids, you know what I mean? Stay around loafing, breaking or whatever. And plus we couldn't afford to go drinking in pubs, man. We're poor people, you know what I mean? Poor kids and that. But like that was for the older people, you know what I mean? And like in Woolwich there's like a pub every 2 minutes, you know what I mean?
Exactly. And it's fair to say, I don't know, there was a lot more hardcore. There was a lot of racist area.
Yeah.
It was one of them. You had a lot of the old school.
Yeah.
There's certain places you couldn't go in on if you looked vaguely weird or different.
Yeah. Definitely.
You'd be in a fight, mate. Straight
away. Definitely. You couldn't. So many pubs and so many areas. Plus Woolwich is. You got the army barracks there as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And them boys would come out every weekend and spank all the locals for fun.
Yeah.
You know, that was their little training.
You're right. The army barracks is there. So yeah, Squaddy's out on a Friday, Saturday with the local Woolwich boys.
Yeah, that's where the violence comes from as well. That's what people don't realise. The Squaddies going out, getting released at the weekend. And then you get the Larry fuckers from Woolwich, excuse my language.
That's right.
You
can say what you want there, Godfrey. Get the
Larry fuckers in Woolwich thinking, who the fuck are these drinking in my pub?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's so many fights between the Squaddies and the locals, and locals being the locals, you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, so back to the breakdance crew. So, like, was there battles or anything like that, or was it just like?
Not really, just mainly friendly things, right?
Just more like people getting into the music and
trying to actually learn.
Yeah.
Initially, at the beginning, these guys used to come down to the YMCA in Woolwich, right? And they used to put a big stereo on and that. But there was nothing really that we was young. There's nothing we could really go. But a few years after was my friend where I met this guy called Martin Roberts. He was a well-known young black guy around the area, really cool guy, really good body popper and that. We formed a crew and that, and he started taking me out to like the blues, where the boys was playing their Starlight Rockers, Sly Faders, all sorts of that. They had the tunes, they had the turntables, they were the flash guys, you know. I mean, they were older than us and stuff.
So this is the reggae stuff, or this is more?
No. This is actually electro.
Okay.
They're playing electro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Proper electro. These are actually hip hop guys.
Yeah.
Following that as well. I mean, before that, we used to like move a few boxes around for a local sound system boys and all that. This is after. It's all in a short space of time.
Yeah, I mean, what's the years of this? 84, 85? Was it later than that?
Let me see. When 82, 83, 84, when we was youngers and on the estate, you could hear all the reggae parties going on. 86, 87 and all that. It's when the actual body popping and the hip hop really came out strong. Like you said, that's when the Americans started coming over and all that, like I said, UK Fresh and all that. You could go Central London, Covent Gardens, and you could see the graffiti, you know what I mean? All that coming with also a book called Subway Art. That come up, that was a big part, that was like the Bible for hip-hop heads and break dancers and all electro heads and all that. Was the Bible for you could see what was going on in the States. Luckily, when like with me linking up with this guy called Martin Roberts, I linked up with all the other cool guys, all the other crews and all that were in Woolwich. Met a guy called Colton Henry. He happened to have family in New York, and every month they would send him stacks and stacks of tapes fresh from all the radios in New York with the original Kiss FM, the original Kiss FM. They weren't like they've never heard it over here. Do you know what I mean? They had all the mixings, everything on it. Even they used to send over clothing, the shell tips, even before they got here. All the flash gums and all that. Obviously, you couldn't send loads, but just you know what I mean. You know what I mean. If you knew where to get them, you'd get them.
So yeah, obviously this is pre-internet. Sometimes.
Oh yeah.
You know, so like that was the way of sharing music. Sometimes of sending tapes, wasn't it?
Tapes, man, tapes, recorded tapes from one country to another. It's all coming slowly but surely coming over here and that, you know. I mean, there's so much going on back in the day. Every weekend there'll be, in every little community centre, they'll be stringing up a sound system, but it's like having a little scratch up, Planet Rock and all that, kids break dancing. It was wicked, it was really good. It was really good, you know what I mean? The violence was sort of like a bit tame, calmed down and that. You know, but
well, it's that thing of the youth having something to do, isn't it? And
yeah, this is it.
Put their energy into like if you want to, if you want to go and dance and like you know, like there's a bit of the battle element of that, but it's
friendly battling.
But exactly, it's friendly.
That's the whole point of this thing that they invented in the States in the 70s or whatever, like this hip hop thing. Yeah. Instead of killing each other, they started battling. You know, to say it got brought over here and it was good.
I went to a thing, I think it was 84, 85.
Yeah.
And it was Africa Bambaataa, Zulu Nation. They come over and they did it at the Albany Empire in Deptford.
Oh, yeah, you're kidding me.
No, I found it. Do you know what? This is really annoying me because I found a flyer for it a few years ago. It was in one of my records.
I bet you lost it again.
And now I've lost it again. So it's in one of my records somewhere. I've still got this flyer in it. And because I remember they had WizKid, the DJ
Yeah.
But it was like Zulu Nation. So it was Zulu.
They actually come to Deptford,
yeah? It was in Deptford, It was in Deptford in the Albany Empire.
I would have thought that would have happened like in like maybe Brixton, the Fridge or something big like that. Not the Albany.
The Albany was connected to a lot of...
I used to dance in the Albany. We used to do break, like what's it? It was after break dancing. It was like called freestyle boogieing. And it was still to hip hop music and breaks and that, but it was like it's different style. Like a guy called Chris Sykes, he was one of the main guys from Lewisham that got all the hip hop like for the kids and that like dancing competitions, MCs and trying to get record contracts and all that sort of thing. They used to hold competitions all over the place like Lewisham, Woolwich, Deptford and all that to try and find the local talent, see who had the talent and all that.
Yeah.
And at the Albany Empire, we used to have battles and competitions. You have to have judges and that. Me and Martin, we formed just a duo called Time to Rock, and we done one in Brockley. And the one in Brockley, we come second after not hit and run, but anyway, we come second. Then they went to Woolwich.
So this was just dancing, battling.
Just dancing. See who could get the figgy.
Yeah.
See who could get see who the best ones was, and also DJing and MCing as well. So get all the local talent out and try and get them record labels and this and that and the other. But that went on for a while. Like everywhere, like this, I could still see from here, like what's it? Just down the road, isn't it? The Albany Empire.
Yeah, you're just looking out my window.
Yeah. And I can remember because I can still see that block there. And I remember all the guys doing the whop and all doing the Running Man and trying to, about 30 kids and 10, 15 on one side, 10, 15 on the other, just having a little what's it, Running Man competition. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was really good. It was good, but it kept you out of trouble, kept the kids out of trouble, try and concentrate.
Yeah, exactly.
Try and concentrate on
it was a real positive thing in the community.
Yeah, and then I don't know why, like, people still try it now, but it seems like the negative thing goes above everything else. Like, I don't understand, you know what I mean? Like, the music, instead of being positive, not all of it, don't forget, you know what I mean? I'm just being like an old git, you know what I mean? But like, because obviously that's where I come from, you know what I mean? All the positive, stay positive, stop the fighting.
I think a lot of funding for them sort of events has gone.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the youth clubs and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That was maybe the point. You had all them places to go, whereas
yeah.
that's all been cut to fuck.
Well, the thingy, like the technologies has like taken off. Instead of kids going somewhere to meet, they could just get on the phone and do that, you know what I mean? Instead of going to a club where they can all, you know what I mean, get together and like say, oh look, we can all play basketball, play table tennis, or the way we can use the sound system. Things are much easier now, like, you know what I mean? Like they can actually, do you know what I mean, do it on their own. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What about buying music? When did you start buying like some of the, maybe not just like the poppy stuff, but the more like proper tunes, if you like?
Well, for me, fortunately, I was very fortunate to meet a guy called Sean at college. We met, we used to have a little spliff and that at break time and all. We was trying to do electricians, but we flopped on the first year. Then I moved from Woolwich to Eltham and I went back to college in Woolwich and he was there again, saying, like me, trying it again. You know, we flopped the first year. And he goes, gee, look, do you want to come and give me a hand? Like, I need, when my brother does his party thing. Do you want to give me a hand? I got these, about, I don't know, 4,000 or 5,000 envelopes I need to be filling, blah, blah, sort you out. It's a like, little bit of work. And I went, oh, all right, go on then, whatever. We weren't doing nothing. We had a bit of smoke, drink and all that. So I'm sitting in an office, putting all these memberships in envelopes, sending them out. And it happens just to be the headquarters of a rave called Biology, right? From then on I met his brother, Jarvis, who used to run the thing. And from then on, like, instead of just like, because obviously before I started going like, oh, can I have this tune, can I have that tune, I used to listen to Centre Force and try and, because you don't know the names, to try and text in, what's the name of this one, or if they say what's the name of that one, or you record it, you rewind it, oh, that's that one. You go to the record shop.
Yeah, because they wouldn't always say.
Yeah, exactly. You go, oh, have you got this one? And you say half the name and half of the wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like, you go, you sure you mean this one? Oh yeah, there's that one. You know what I mean? I you know what I mean? I didn't care. I used to even sing the tune to the guy behind the thing just to get the tune. After I met Sean, whatever record shop we'd go in, he'd say blah blah blah, Jarvis, da 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 blah, just go, just chuck me anything, brand new whites, imports, everything. Do you know what I mean? So I was lucky in that sense. I was getting the big man tunes when I was little. Do you know what I mean? When I was young.
Do you remember what some of them tunes were?
Stuff like DA Posse, thing called, got re-released 2-3 weeks ago, called No Problem. It's got a picture of a guy on a stretcher. He's in hospital.
Oh, Major Malfunction.
Yeah.
That's a new groove, yeah.
Yeah, new groove. That I got that on the thingy. Musto and break stuff that they used to bring out these little albums at about 10 beats on each side.
Yeah,
you know,
Bones Breaks.
Bones Breaks and all that. I got them. Zen, a thing called Zen, not the jump up Zen. Zen, it's a Japanese sign on it.
I remember that one, yeah.
Right, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then there's a name that I can't pronounce, so there's some symbol in it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly that. Anything that was like from America, Chicago, whatever, they would say, yeah, boss.
All right, so
even like say like all the that's what you know what I mean. Play them. Let's go. What are you playing there, son? You know what I mean? It was like, obviously clanging up the place, but you know what I mean.
All right. So what about the switch then, from like listening to electro to listening to like weird house records?
The switch come about when I got introduced to house music very early, from when we were still breakdancing, because for the tapes, right, from Kiss, from New York and that, right, because they used to do breaks and all that, and then they used to put in house and techno-y stuff on. Even bits of acid or whatever, but you know what I mean, like I'm trying to get it all right in here, I might be waffling away, but that introduced me to house. One of the first ones, Too Far Gone by Adonis.
No Way Back.
I actually danced to that.
No, that Adonis tune came out in 1986, by the way. That's one of them. I don't think it didn't really hit over here until 88.
I danced to that. Right, I danced to that because we was like dum 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 dum, and me and my mate done a routine, and it went better to that. Everybody else was like doing like what's it call it? Listen to It Takes Two and all that. They was dancing to that. Rob, what's it? DJ Rob, whatever.
Rob Bass and DJs.
Yeah, they was dancing to that, and we put that on. So I was like, what's this? So just to stand a little bit different.
Well, I know I've talked to you about this before. There's the record called Live at the Soul All Day of the Century. You know what I'm talking about? All the old crews, the hip hop and. So I think
not DJ Ron in that, is it?
DJ Ron's on it, yeah.
Yeah, when I was a youth, I used to bang Cali weed in a wrist.
It is, yeah. But that's all recordings. It says 87, I think it's 87, 86.
Yeah.
And it says, like, sound system recordings, and it's at Hammersmith.
Yeah.
And it's also at Acton.
Yeah.
There's got the classic line when one of the MC goes, Acton town, get busy.
Yeah, yeah.
And on that record, they play that Adonis record.
Yeah.
And it's basically like this hip-hop sound system record, but there is a few house tracks on there.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's interesting because that's 86, 87. It's kind of, house wasn't really a
that's what I'm
thing
trying
in
to
the
say.
UK.
That's what I'm trying to say.
But the hip-hop people were playing
This is what I'm trying to say, because they was coming in, like to say, Mustang Bones them there.
Yeah.
Them lot, they done the break beats plus the house.
Yeah.
So they invented like the hip house thing, but early, but they were just taking it, like the breaks that they were, like I say, like if you listen to the actual records, some of the breaks are really like on point, like really, you know what I like playing, like dark breaks and all that. They were really, really on it. I'm like, phew, they took my head off. So that's what, like I say, like for me, I liked house music even before it got bigger, here. So I was just a normal stepping. Like all of my boys are still listening to like hard hip hop, and I'm playing like Walk records and all that. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like LFO and, do you know what I mean? They were still like listening.
Nightmares on Wax.
Unique Free.
Yes.
I want to get hold of that again because I can't. My copy's Unique Free, the theme. That, oh my days, mate.
Yeah, that's the tune.
I would have played that. I would have played that at Wax, mate.
Yeah.
I would have played that. The Planet people go, what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I see some of the youngsters still say, oh yeah, that boop, all that bleep stuff and all that. You know what I mean? They're still educating.
There is an interesting progression though. That a lot of the people are really into like all the early hip hop and electro. Like I've read good interview with the guy from Nightmares on Wax. They're all talking. He's all talking about literally electro. All these electro records. He's into all that.
Yeah.
I think loads of the Bleep crew into all that stuff. And then they just ended up doing their own. Them early records, they weren't trying to do house or anything. They were just trying to
doing their own thing.
Just doing their own thing, making these weird records.
This is it.
You said about you like the breaks, but again, all them weird records, they had break beats in, and again, this is a whole longer story. I'm not to tell now, but then breaks started coming in from the hip hop scene and started getting sped up and mutated into obviously what we now know as jungle and drum and bass
hardcore
and all that and hardcore,
hardcore, mainly hardcore initially first of all, innit? Well, for me, and then the guys from Sharp and Dance and that, they done for me, they had a lot to do with that initially.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Speeding it up, the Rugged Twins and all them people there. Do you know what I mean? Like all that £20 to get in or £5, whatever it was. You know what I mean? All them sort of tunes. And then obviously, that's when I was at my element. Because I was like, this is just like breakdancing, but you know what I mean?
It was a progression. It was a progression.
A little bit, but that's what I'm saying. They got this is why I still do what I do, because it's the actual breaks. For me, it's the breaks. Do you know what I mean? It's a dum 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 dum. You know what I mean? The breaks, they make me tingle. They make me go hot and cold still. Do you know what I mean? At my age, they still do it, and it's got.
Well, it's good you can still get them feelings at your age, Godfrey.
No, seriously, no. If he went, like I said, you put El Navish on the soul, and I'd just like.
Just feel it.
Yeah, exactly.
I was going to see if you could start popping there.
No.
See the shoulder twitching.
Not yet. I've got to cut down a bit. I've got to trim it up first.
All right. Okay.
I've done a little bit in front of Darren the other day before Christmas.
That's D-Lo, yeah?
Yeah, we was tanked up a bit. But
okay.
But that don't happen no more, so you'll have to wait for a little piece.
All right, so look, okay, so you ended up doing the flyers for biology, and then tell me about when you start going to some of them parties. Tell me about going to some of the biology or related.
Oh, well, I tell you what, right? Before we went to the big ones, there was other small parties going on in Woolwich, at the Polytechnic, Asylum, opposite Sainsbury's. There's a place, we used to call it the Poly. My friend Martin, aka Ninja, because he does his old Kung Fu and all that, he actually got a job on the door there with a big old boy, big old Indian guy called him Boxer. And that was Asylum, right? And that was one of the first acid house raves I've been to. No, that shut down. But after that, they opened out the downstairs, which they used to have these weekly little raves. Used to have the likes of Mickey thing down there. And I swear I see Ryder down there. You know, it was a weekly thing.
Well, that was at the end of the 80s, was it?
Yeah.
What I want to say though about the Thames Poly is, a few years before then, on a Saturday night, and I'm talking 83, 84, I used to go down there and watch gigs, because I started out going
Yeah.
And I'd see loads of bands.
Yeah.
In the basement of the Thames Poly, on a Saturday night, I saw people like Sonic Youth play their first gig in the country in Woolwich.
Wow.
And some quite big bands played in that basement. And what's quite interesting to me is, like a few years later, there's actually like a acid housey sort of club in that same spot.
Also, the Tramshed, they used to do bands and that, though, didn't they?
Yeah.
I'm sure they did.
I DJed at the Tramshed in the end of the 80s. I was DJing with a band, and they played at the Tramshed. So I used to see bands at the Tramshed, and I actually DJed once at the Tramshed.
That's why I've done it as well, because I've done that hardcore thing that these guys wanted to book me for.
Because my mum was partly involved with the Tramshed, because she was right into her jazz, so they used to do loads of jazz down at Tramshed in the 80s. So.
Oh, cool.
So so it's just mad, all these weird little spaces.
All over.
In Woolwich, really, yeah.
It reminds me a lot of New Cross Woolwich does. Very similar, like I used to see back in the day when I was running around on the streets with the little rest of the rats in Woolwich. Right, we used to see all the goths, gothics, like all going to Woolwich train station. Loads of punks and all that. And they'll disappear onto the train, and then they're coming down to the venue, innit? That's the other thing as well. The venue, they used to hold acid house parties as well. They were like empty like most other ones, but like you'd get one room with all the goths and rock and all that, and you get another room with me, John, Joe, Martin, Damien, Daryl. We used to go down there and have a little bop about it. Like, because back in the day they used to mix everything up. We weren't, because acid house was it was like like for instance like punk and rock and all that sort of stuff, like the way people dress. You're on that side of this is what they call normality. You're on that side, and acid house was on the same side as that.
Yeah.
If you get what I mean, you're different.
No, definitely.
You know, different. You weren't just I'm going down the pub and listening to Chaz and Dave and having a couple of scotches and blah blah blah. You was going out and you're getting wankered, do you know what I mean? Doing whatever you was doing and then coming back home like twisted, do you know what I mean?
I was actually a goth back in the day, early 80s.
Yeah.
I was weird. I was into all like the punky new wave stuff.
Same here, same. I was into the music.
Yeah, and then like electro hip hop and going out to early warehouse parties started taking over from the bands.
Yeah.
But again, like you said, you sometimes would have. They were both outsider sort of scenes.
Exactly.
And I think it's interesting what you're saying about some of them acid house nights. Again, there is that thing about some of the big nights, like your Clink Street and your Shooms, is all packed full of people going mental. Yeah. There was plenty of mad clubs I went to where there was like
little small clubs, isn't it?
Small clubs, like you said. Maybe there's one room that's playing the weird stuff, and maybe there's 10 people in there in a smoke machine.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, they weren't all, but people were just like trying to work out what.
Exactly.
Try it out, and like there's people playing there. All the clubs weren't just like I said. It was just packed people, just going mental on loads of ease.
A lot in the earlier days as well. I remember going to a lot of parties at Leicester Square, but they finished early. Like massive parties on a Thursday.
Might have been Maximus.
Might have been Maximus, but it's a big club.
Yeah.
Big club, and we was like, wop. Like, I mean, people getting wankered on a Thursday, mate. You know what I mean? All coming, jumping back to, because a lot of them, we used to go there and jump back on the same night bus, the same 53.
Funny enough, I'll give a shout out because I was walking through Angel the other day,
and
I bumped into an old friend of mine, Steve Pace. Shouts to Steve if you're watching.
See?
And he reminded me that like basically 1989, like this is when I was back living at my mum's for a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
And we'd go out raving to Heaven on a Monday.
Yeah.
And he'd drive us up there.
Yeah.
And it was Carl Cox was DJing on a Monday night. He'd be having it. 3 in the morning, Carl Cox plays his last tune. They put the lights on and it'd be packed up on a Monday.
Exactly, on a Monday. On a Monday, bro. What year?
89, I think that was. 89.
18,
It was still like housey. I think there was a bit of a tallow housey sort of, as in like piano-y sort of housey.
Yeah.
Project
That's right.
and stuff like that. Play them sort of tunes.
Yeah. True, man. True.
My sister Stacey, like, she was DJing on Fantasy when she was 17.
Yeah.
And that would have been 89.
Yeah.
But a lot of the early acid and rave stuff, I don't know what it was, but a lot of it did seem to come out of Southeast.
Yeah.
There was loads of early stuff. Plumstead, Woolwich. I know, like, Mickey Finn lived in Woolwich.
Mickey Finn lived on Morris Walk on the other side. We had a biology in Cheltenham next to the Antigaligan. Over the other side, there's some warehouses there. We had a big party there. There's another one, and this was a weekly thing, down at the comedy club in Greenwich, right? Because I remember we used to go there constantly, then come out in the morning and go loaf.
Is that in Creek Road, or are you talking?
Yeah, Creek Road.
Yeah.
Creek Road, right? And we used to have to, I used to try and sneak out, get a bit of fresh air, and it was shut fucking door. Because right next door we had a store, we used to complain about the sound and all that. That was busy. And you got the Tunnel Club. Tunnel Club, they had acid raves there for fucking donkeys, bruv. Donkeys and donkeys and donkeys.
Tell me some stories about them nights.
The one that sticks in my head is when me and the boys jumped over the back, because we used to try and sneak in there, because the little rude boys in there sneaked around the back, come in, jam in there for about an hour. We had helicopters.
That was near the Blackwall Tunnel.
Right next to the Blackwall Tunnel entrance.
Yeah.
Everyone's rocking away, chilling out, billing out, blah blah blah, and we see like they look like ninjas, jumping over the back gate, running out. So they're like, what the fuck? Everyone's like, it's a fucking raid, it's a raid. All you see is all the drug dealers grabbing their drugs, flinging them on the floor, flinging their money in the middle of the fucking dance floor. It was all like everyone's ducking out. It's a big pile of money and pills and shit on the fucking floor, bro. It was like all buzzing out. The police, they didn't really tell, like they grabbed up a few girls and that. And this one girl, I remember going to the police and I'm not a fucking lesbian, you bitch. You can't fucking start searching me. Get off me like that, you know what I mean? Obviously, blah, blah, blah. Apparently, a policeman picked up a batch of pills, a batch of acid, big roll of acid, and he held it in his hand. And a few minutes later, however long it was, mine was trying to climb the fucking walls because he was holding a big fucking roll of acid like that in his hand. He was fucking out of his nut on his fucking bunch of pills. Like, if you've ever seen it's like a ticket. You see like your ticket?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I've seen them anyway, right?
Yeah.
Like, and you got all the things like that, and my man's holding them like that, and just holding them, blah, 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 and that is going to absorb into your hands, bruv. Your sweat. Say 500 fucking trips.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And if you don't handle that sort of stuff.
I wonder if he's still a policeman.
I don't know.
I wonder if he's still a policeman, or he's like,
I don't know.
He's running a retreat out in the countryside.
I don't know, but that's what I got told while I was on the other side, because this old Bill's out of his nut, he just picked up all these trips and all that, blah, blah, blah. And then after that, after they more or less strip searched everybody on the way out, more or less, but you know what I mean? We all got on the bus, and the cheek of the old Bill, they put in undercover police. We were waiting for a night bus. We were sitting there, bus was rammed. Guy comes upstairs, asked us, any pills about? Everyone just started laughing. But he's supposed to get off, fuck off, move. He just had to come off the bus, bruv. You know what I mean? You cannot try and treat people from, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? From that manner.
Maybe it was the guy on the acid. He wanted to keep the party going.
I don't know who it was, but they come all the way from Greenwich.
Yeah.
Charlton, Greenwich, all the way into Woolwich, mate. And I tell you what, boy, that was a night and a half, mate.
That Tunnel Club.
Tunnel.
Yeah, that was a rough old gaff though, wasn't it?
Yeah, but...
I used to go see comedy down there at the end of the 80s.
Did you? Yeah.
And it was Malcolm Hardy used to...
I heard that there used to be a biker's place as well, didn't it?
It might be. It was one of them. It was rough as fuck.
Yeah,
it was legendary on the comedy scene.
Yeah.
That basically, like, if you died there, you literally might die. The crowd would like throw beer at the stage and like,
yeah.
well, more
A
than
lot
that.
of I've played it a few times, played some garage and that a few times and that, but well, if you're from the manor, then you're all right in it.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Just like you sell, like what's it in right opposite there used to be a big warehouse, and Fascinations used to be.
Is that Tesco warehouse?
Yeah, that's it. Tesco's, that's it.
Not Tesco.
Tesco's. Yeah, nothing. Tesco's selling pills back in the day.
Wow. Every little helps.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like they say, like, what's it? I used to go down there, you see all the roughnecks from Woolwich, hustling people and that, but you just leave you alone afterwards, after they sold you their drugs and all that. To go in there and get nutted. Be heavy, man, heavy. So many memories, mate.
Let's talk about Rave in the Cave, because like, my mate Simon, the exorcist, like, he told a story that, I don't think he went in there, but his friend, she had a flat at Elephant directly opposite it.
Yeah.
And they used to just hear the music. And I remember him saying he heard De Testimonies, the tune. It's the tune you know because it's got like the big church bells where it goes ding, ding, ding. And they hear that echoing out and they're like, what the fuck is this tune?
That's a sick
That's
tune,
one.
man.
Yeah.
That is naughty. Yeah. We used to always turn up there after we went, because we used to go Brixton.
What was on in Brixton?
Fridge.
Oh, yeah.
Then after that, because they used to shut early, we used to go down there, go make our way home. And they were shut early, they were shut at about 2, saying that. They never used to go in all night for some reason.
Well, a lot of them places, if they're in a more legal venue, like 2 in the morning was normally the latest you could go for a licensed venue.
Yeah. A lot of places, isn't it? A lot of places, man. But then after we'd head to Elephant Castle, and we'd go in there and like, it was just, it was like proper God, mate. Proper God. Really heavy tunes. And they parked this fucking van, front bit of the van, and a long empty back, like, just like wood. And everyone's bouncing on this van, and this nutter jumps on top of the cabin, and he's having it like this, and the fucking thing caved in on that. They were like, what? I thought, I'm going to try that. I thought, nah, leave it that. But it was fucking fun, mate. Fun. And then obviously you got Ministry just round the corner from there as well. And then you got Clink Street even further on. Do you know what I mean? So it's all along
down
there.
by London Bridge.
Yeah, man. That was the actually first proper acid house rave that I went to. There was one before that in the Poly, and that was on a Thursday. Now I only went on till about 12, 1 o'clock or whatever. But that was empty. But the first actual proper acid house rave I went to was at Clink Street. We was Kings Road, loitering about, hunting for girls, right in Kings Road. Some girl comes up to us and goes, gives us a flyer. What's this then? Blah, blah, King Street, comes really good. Gives us a flyer. So we head down there that night, going through all of that. It's like, you know what I mean? It's round the back. It's not a main road or nothing, it's round the back. We find it. We're in there, and I've never seen so much beautiful women in my life wanting to be your friend. Everybody was, hello mate, giving you cuddles, kisses. We was like, what's going on here? What's going on? We've come to a gay party. Like we've never met. We've never done ecstasy before.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean, or anything like that? These people was like, like cuddling. And so we was like, you know what, rude boy, see you later. We want this shit, mate. We want this now. This is what we want now. All that.
It wasn't like Woolwich with the squaddies.
Nah, nothing like it, bro. We just see there. We went, what are we doing going around in clubs? Well, you can have a fight whenever you want, when you can come to this, and the girls are just abundant, and the guys is they're more busy cuddling each other. They're watching their girls. I was like,
right.
Oh my God. I thought,
So was it more the girls than the music, Godfrey? This is what you're telling me?
They did everything. It was beautiful, man. It was beautiful. Sweaty as fuck. The music was banging, but then we was into the music anyway, slightly. what's that tune? Can you feel it? Boom, 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 boom. Not the slow version. Can you feel it?
Not Mr.
Girl,
Fingers.
I house you.
Oh,
Girl,
yeah,
I house you.
okay.
That. We was rocking to them sort of tunes. You know what I mean? But then we went Cling Street. Oh, totally different. But yeah, that was it. We actually we made that our local, and then they used to do so much UVs in there, and we used to go in, and we would still be dancing like as a dance crew, and we used to see everybody wearing these luminous fucking all this gear and all that. I went, oh, you know what? Because we like to stand out a bit. I went out and got this cycling jacket, luminous pink, yellow, and green, right? And we all got 4 of us got the fucking same jacket. So we were like, This woman comes up to her and goes, what are you boys doing next week? What do you mean? What are you boys doing? Where you from? Blah, blah, blah. Start talking. Goes, right, we want you to come and be on this video for PP Arnold, and it's called Burn It Up. So I went, all right, cool. We went down to Imperial Wolf, round that way, in a little warehouse. And there was like about 40, 50 of us. And we was in that, we actually all that PP Arnold video.
Are you in it? Are you?
Yeah, we've gone out.
Can you see yourself?
Nah, we just see.
By the way, if there's I can find this clip and I'm going to cut this in.
There was just what's it called? You just see our arms go like that, going like that, because they come in. They say, all right, all put your arms out, and they shot it as you come in. It was all right in free up there was PP Arnold there and all that, and that was one of my little claims of being on top of the pops. But not you can't hardly see, you just see the arms flashing, but the actual.
Were you still wearing your mad jackets?
Yeah, exactly. That's why they wanted us there.
Do you have any photos of you in them jackets?
No, mate, no. That's
still in your wardrobe. If I'd known, I'd have got you to wear that.
My little sister, she had that jacket. She had it, and she also had my bomber. Back in the days, you used to have bomber jackets, all the patches on it. I had an American flag on my one in the front there, patches all over it.
Well, actually, just behind your head, like I hung up, that's an original Acid House bandana. All right, so that's,
you know what?
That's from the end of the 80s. So that's original, real one. Yeah.
You know what? I have never, because I've got a big head.
Yeah.
Well,
me too, mate.
I've never been able to get one that fits me neatly. It's just so that semi fit my head. You know what I mean? But wow, is that?
That's an OG one from the end of the 80s.
Yeah, proper. Yeah, nice, wicked. But pirate radio is the main push for this scene. Any music scene. If it weren't for pirate radio, for me. There wouldn't be. There's no other outlet, is there? We didn't have no internet, anything like that back in the day. I mean, obviously Radio Caroline had to do their thing from the boat, innit? LWR was one of the first one, London Weekend Radio. They used to do, like I said, we used to do the dancing thing. They used to play a guy called Scratchmaster D. I used to listen to his show, hip hop show. They used to broadcast the dances and that at the Albany and that all that sort of stuff, all the hip hop stuff. After that would be Centreforce. And they come on proper, you know, proper good and all that. There's a few of them, but the ones that you picked up properly.
That was coming from over the river, wasn't it?
Yeah, East London, innit? But you know what I mean, actually getting on there, I didn't get on the actual radio for a while. I was DJing house parties, little this, little that, blah.
Yeah, how
blah.
did you start DJing? Because like obviously you're getting a few tunes.
I got MRT 60, MRT 70 mixer, 2 normal belt drive things. Techniques was like what's it called?
It's like a dream.
Yeah, it was like, you know what I mean. We didn't realise what was the requirement. You know what I mean? It's like a unicorn, like, yeah, whatever, in your dreams, my friend, you know what I mean? But like, man, I had to push it, mate, push it, and really realise that it wasn't, because no one taught me, I had to teach myself. No one sat down to me and goes, oh, this is how you mix. All I said, this is the MRT 60 and 2 turntables, and there you go. No one said to me, like, you've got to.
No, I remember me and my mate had the same thing. We had 2 really shit decks.
Yeah.
are literally like a whatever the them really
I
cheap,
didn't know how to mix
cheap
either.
realistic mixer. We didn't really know what they were doing. We knew you had to change the speed a little bit,
Yeah.
but we didn't realise. I think on the belt drive ones where you touch it and then it stops,
Yeah,
or it speeds up so much you can't.
None of that. You get these other guys that get. My man taught me and blah blah blah, and they learned in 6 months. It took me more like 6 years. It took me so long. Do you know what I mean? I was like, how the fuck are they doing?
Did you not
this?
watch a YouTube instructional video, Godfrey?
Was there? There wasn't such thing as YouTube.
There wasn't there.
Right. All I knew, I was going boom, boom, boom. Tell you this is a true story, right? My friend had a guy up the road, and he got his mum's turntable going to do a bit of scratching, right? Instead of going like this, he's got the handle, the thingy, and he's got the other way in it. It's going, good. My brother's going there, goes, mate, he just showed me how to scratch. He goes, don't you be fucking stupid. How can you scratch like that? You've got to go like this. Like that. Seriously, that is a true story.
Right.
My man mashed up his mum's stereo.
What was the mum's reaction when she saw it? Because I think I did the same thing to my mum's stereo. Like, I know I've got these. I remember trying scratching, and it was literally like one side of the record put this way was just like scarred to fuck, because like there was no like slip mat or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, and I think the needle broke, and then I've got these records that still you look on one side while I was trying to do scratching, like they're unplayable because they were just.
It would have been nice. It would have been nice if there's a little instruction book or something. But
exactly,
it's one of them things. You're one of them things, and like even now, I still got a few old things that I've taught myself. I thought, that sounds alright. Even now.
Well, I think it's the same. Like we said about some of the people like injuring themselves doing the breakdance. And the scratching was the same sort of thing. You sort of saw some DJs doing. You thought, I could just do that using any old deck, and like no.
So initially it was just 2 belt drives, and I found out that they wouldn't do. So I got 2 with a little speed.
For the pitch?
Yeah, a little pitch at the front. And them ones there, they had a little bit more control. They had a little pull, and if you put your hand on them, they would go, like, they would have a little, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then you have to learn about slip mats, what they've done, and you had to take off. You remember the black rubber thingy, get rid of that, because that was no good for anybody, you know what I mean? Mainly self-taught, and that's why it took me like a good 10 years to actually even just catch the beat nicely.
No, it was hard. It was hard. People don't realise that when you really didn't know anyone who knew how to do that.
Exactly, man.
It was
unreal.
It was next level. Like
when you put a headphone on and you're playing that one, and you go, "Gong, can you listen to that?" So that your brain's going like that. You have to actually multitask. You have to multitask, and I'm like, the fuck do you do this, mate? Do you know what I mean? How's he doing that? You know what I mean? So it takes a long time.
One day you'll get there, Godfrey.
Yeah, I'll learn myself one day. You know what I'm saying? Mainly just like people just banging it out at my mum's house in Eltham, like banging it out. People hearing it, and they say, "Oh, can you come and play?" Do my party for me, do that.
They're just like little like house parties?
Yeah, little house parties. Done so many house parties that have been so much better than an actual rave.
Yeah.
Because like you'll have a flat like this, round with people, and it's so much more personal. Do you know what I mean? Like
people know each other.
Yeah, I mean everyone's jamming, rocking. You go, all right, get off. If you're doing a good job, people let you appreciate you. You know, we go, here, mate, have a bit more of that.
What sort of tunes were you playing in the early days if you were doing like a house party? What sort of tunes were you playing?
Also, like I said, like, a lot of original house stuff, even some commercial stuff. Every now and then people just say, oh, can you come and cover for matey for what's his name, Wayne or whatever his name is, then in the local gangster pub. He can't figure it, he'll have his 2... The thing there with the bouncy decks and all that. Right. But they had a little pitch control so you could work. I'd even play After the Love Has Gone. How cool, that's all them half commercial, half housey sort of things, you know what I mean?
There's lots of jazz funk and all that sort of stuff as well. Lots of funk and like disco boogie sort of stuff.
Yeah.
In South, like the
Chimes, all that sort of stuff, you know what I mean? Heaven, all whatever that what was about. Like for instance, you got like all the stuff like Tribal Quest, all that sort of stuff that a lot of people used to like. You just drop if you had it, or someone had it, you just drop it just to keep the party going or whatever, and then start mashing it down with the heavier stuff afterwards, and everyone mash up, isn't it? It's the house parties that are the main learning curve, mate. You know what I mean? So like. They're the most annoying as well. So you get the other wannabe DJ come along with his little mashup boxes. Oh, I want to go, brother. I want to go. Oh, God, then yeah.
Well, I guess that's the other thing as well. If you're not playing the tunes that people like, then they are going to tell you like, look, just fuck off.
Yeah. No. So
you might have to dig out a tune for the.
This is the other thing as well. The house parties. I'm playing like Let the Drummer Get Wicked, right? Let the Drummer Get Wicked, and they're going, have you got any UB40? I'm like, excuse me, have you got any UB40? I say, well, not here, mate. Play for your kids, not for you. Do you know what I mean? Then sort of silly stuff like, you know what I mean? So you got to, it's just part of doing what you want to do. If you want to make noise and play music, you've got to cater for everybody like at some stage.
So what about when you started getting out of the, maybe like, someone asking UB40 and you're playing stuff, when do you start playing a bit more hardcore sort of places, or a bit more like...
At the same time, I'd have my selection that I'm playing in like fucking, underground parties and that, and then people like, so for instance, over the years you collect records.
So what were these underground parties is what I'm asking? Like,
right.
Where were they? What were they?
In Woolwich, Eltham, East London. They were just getting invites. We used to also do a little party in the fields in the middle of a middle park at the top of the fields. Right, you used to go down there. There's horses fields.
Where's this?
Middle park in Eltham. A few crates, put a generator on, and just start pumping it out in the middle of the fucking middle park estate in fucking thingy.
Did you get away with that, or like?
Yeah.
And what they were all night parties?
Yeah,
or?
4 or 5 times we've done it there.
Right.
Also, we used to go thingy, Canberra Sands, same crew. Boom, go Canberra Sands, just put the rig on, bosh, not a big rig, just a small fucking thing, but a pair of decks hanging out the back of we used to call it the hearse, my mate's long Toyota thing. Put the decks on the back, Jenny going, bosh, so have a little party out there, instead of just fucking, let's do what we want to do.
Yeah, I used to go to parties and down Canberra Sands back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a good place to do it.
Yeah.
And again, like you said, like 50 people on the beach just dancing away till like the sun comes up.
Yeah, just do what we want to do.
My memory is still of hearing the Corporation of One, Real Life.
I
remember hearing that on Canberra Sands as the sun's coming up.
Oh my days,
classic.
Well, one time we went down there, we couldn't get our Jenny working properly. We didn't know how to turn it up. Turn up the revs on the Jenny. I'm going for a little walk along the thing. And there's another set of fucking thingies. All you hear is, Godfrey! I was like, what? He goes, it's all a lot from Middle Park in Eltham and all that. They go, go on, right, son. I goes, I got my tunes. I go and get your tunes, bruv. So I've gone and jumped on that one. Jumped on that one. It was wicked, mate. Remember Spiral Tribe? I think Spiral Tribe? Should have done, there was one, we was all lined up. There was a convoy of us lined up next to the beach. And the old Bill locked it all off, and it was just taking a long time for them to set up. And we was all like this old Bill coming up and down. Had a big bunch of trips again. Stuck in fucking, we were fucking there for about 4 or 5 hours, buzzing out our tits in the car and like that. So it starts fucking about 7 o'clock in the morning, the music starts. You know what I mean?
This is Canberra Sands, or?
Yeah, Canberra Sands, man. It was naughty, man. It was naughty, but for me, the police never really give me any much trouble. They just a little bit, you know what I mean? But like, my people was so out of our fucking heads, all paranoid and all that, like, fucking really getting down, like, you know what I mean?
Well, some of them parties, they didn't have the resources.
Yeah.
And particularly some of like Canberra Sands, it was like the local police were probably like not that many cars out on a Saturday night.
We had about 30 odd cars.
So it's kind of like a lot of them parties, if you started off, as long as you maybe didn't go through until Sunday evening. Then maybe they get, but to be honest, they'd have like 2 or 3 cars out on a Saturday night, so they ain't going to stop you.
Yeah.
And then if you're not total, lunatics, like all day and night, then they might have to get a bit more serious. When did you start playing on pirate radio?
I started playing Shockin FM. Shockin FM. My sister met some guy called Fred F2 Dub at Laserdrome. We used to go down Laserdrome.
Yeah, I remember the Laserdrome.
Laserdrome, and she started seeing Freddie. And Fred come over, and we used to all go Desire and that. He knew the guys from Shockin. So like, I met Brian, TK, Total Chaos, General G, Madda, all the boys there, Undertaker, all the boys there. They were from Melton, a lot of them from New Cross, Brockley and
Where was the station based?
We were based in Woolwich. Yeah, that's how I went and got my first show. Obviously, it's graveyard shift.
What time was that, the graveyard shift?
2 o'clock in the morning, 2 till 4.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the graveyard shift. Went down it there, but me and TK hit it off straight away.
But that's a good learning zone, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
people are still listening then, anyway.
Yeah, like back in the day, they would listen 24 hours.
Exactly.
About that same time, these two boys opened up, one guy opened up a record shop in Hilton, and they used to people used to try and rob them and that, and I used to go in there. I thought, yeah, lovely. Instead of going all the way to Black Market, all I've got to do is go Elton. Just down the road from my mum's, you know what I mean? They said, oh, could you come and help us out, do a bit of security? There were those young kids, like, you know what I mean? Like, the local yobs were taking liberties. He got rid of the young kid and he got me on there. So we used to have SRD come round with a van full of whites and all that. He used to do all the orders. And then from then, that's how I got into that sort of thing. So I'm getting all the fresh beats. Darren J, Equinox and all that used to come in, buy records off me and that.
What was the name of the shop?
Just Dance. Okay. It was Just Dance Records. But yeah, so from then, got a lot of music. That's when I met Pugwash. Used to have T-Bone, Dexterous and then people playing on there. They got me a slot in the Marquee. I done the Marquee. YMCA in Tottenham Court Road. The tram shed in Woolwich. After that, he linked up with a guy called Stamina from Woolwich about 20 years ago, and they put on Wax FM. And I've done 19 years or whatever, however long that was with them, you know what I mean? Every single weekend when it was on. Even when it was off, we would do it. When the rig was off, we'd still do it on the internet for 20 years. Nearly banging every single weekend, constantly.
Oh yeah, it's 19 years on Wax FM.
Yeah.
And that's coming out of Woolwich or?
Yeah, Woolwich.
Yeah.
Woolwich. Thing is, it's also having time to go out and do other things, you know what I mean? You work 5 days a week, sometimes 6. You go and do your religious run on a Friday to Black Market Records, and then on a Saturday you go and do your show or 2 shows. Boom, takes all your time up. You ain't got time to do nothing else, man, you know what I mean? And you just constantly music, getting mash up music. We really don't do too much, just try broadcast. That's why I was happily just broadcasting to the listeners for 20 years. That gets
so for close to 20 years, you're basically like a pirate radio DJ
pirate
week. Yeah,
every single weekend, without fail.
Tell me why you did that for 20 years. Tell me what you got out of that, G.
What I got out of it was what I've always wanted to get out of it is just people listening to what I want to say. People, you know what I mean, what I want to say. And there's people going, you know what, that was the best set I've heard. Or that, you know what, that might have been shit. But when I got people from fucking Miami and people from Russia and blah, blah, blah saying wicked sounds, that's what I want to do, mate. You know what I mean? I'm not here to like go, oh, I want to do this because I want to be famous, because that's the last thing you want to do this for. You do this because you love what you do.
Yeah.
And what you want to do is to entertain other people. And that's the main thing. That's what gets me going. You know what I mean? If I see people dancing, as they go like that, and at Wax, and then when I see people go like this, I go, thank you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just the self belief in yourself, like going, I can do this and I can do it well. You know what I mean? And
so you're doing it for the love?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I know a lot of people go, no, I'm working at a record label, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, blah, 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 blah. And they've done it for a couple of years. Oh. Okay, so what is the point of doing it in the first place? If you think you're going to, what you're going to become a multi-millionaire? No, mate. You've got to love what you do, mate. Always. From your heart, love what you do. You know what I mean? I go home. Like I say, that was enough for me. Like on wax, I'd go home on a Saturday night, smile on my face, listen to the recording. That's it. Just humble. That's what you got to be. If you want to be for this DJing thing, if you think you're doing it because you're going to become famous, choose another job, mate. Choose another job. I'll tell you what, it's expensive, but you've got to love what you do, man. You've got to love your beats.
So look, you've pretty much been in the same area, Woolwich, haven't you?
Yeah.
Since the 80s, since the 70s, really.
It was Woolwich, then Eltham, then back to Woolwich and Old Kent Road. But mainly my radio and all my DJing stuff and that is mainly Woolwich and a bit of Eltham. But it's always been South East.
So you've been repping South East for like 30 odd years.
Yeah. Simple as. No thing, just repping our man out, repping what we do, how we do it.
Doing it for the love of it.
Yeah, doing it for the love of it, mate. And I love it when like you're just listening, you're playing your thing, beep 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 beep. Big up Charlie in the car, blah blah blah. Big up Polish, big up this or whatever. That's it. Simple things, mate. Simple things.
No, that's the thing with the radio. I do love it when you're getting feedback from the tunes
man,
that
it's brilliant. It's brilliant. It's absolute brilliant.
You were doing Wax FM 19, close to 20 years.
Yeah.
And then you sort of stopped doing that. You know, you're looking for something else to do. And then you sort of hooked up with, originally it was like, you know, the record store in Deptford, Discworld, but now I see you're proudly wearing the t-shirt, the Planet Wax, rebranded. Yeah. So do you want to just tell me how that link up come from going from Wax FM to starting doing Planet Wax?
I met Dexter and Sick Note through a friend called Mindset, James. He said to me, look, two of my friends are opening up a record shop. I said, yeah, really? He goes, yeah. He goes, yeah, there it is, blah, 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 in Deptford. I'd been, as a vinyl DJ and a very naive individual as in like internet, I'm not very, very, very educated on the internet things. So in other words, ordering tunes via the internet, I was like, that's just long, mate. I like to go and have a look, listen to the tune and buy it, right? Simple things. I'm a simple guy.
You're an analog guy. You're not digital. You're strictly,
strictly analog.
Yeah.
So I went along and these guys, they're very friendly straight away, blah, blah, blah. Went there, goes, right, I need some tunes, boys. Do you know what I'm saying? I need some tunes. I had a big fat wad in my account. Boom, boom, boom. I just started buying vinyls. I hadn't bought no vinyl for, let me see, how many years has the thing had been shut? Black market, about 10 years now, isn't it?
Something like that,
So 7 years ago, 7 years without buying no things.
That was your store before, was it?
Yeah, black market. And this black market, you got Sister Ray and all that, but
yeah.
I don't like getting in there and growing a beard. I go, give me the tunes. Good, boom, and I'm out. You know what I mean? I don't like hanging about. I'm very impatient in that. So the guys, I just like, every week I kept on coming back. And just like my record collections is growing and growing. Me and Dexter we just got on well. Just got on really well. And it was just like, we started hanging about, sort of like, we come down, just hang about, this and that and the other. They helped to move from the Arches and to the other one.
Down in New Cross where they are.
Yeah, New Cross, and I just helped them out and all that. And I thought, these guys are really, because they started from nothing really, like just cutting dubs, and then they needed somewhere bigger. They find somewhere down there, and I looked at them and I thought, these guys have got their hands on their heart and they believe in what they do. I believe in what I do. I'm a simple guy. All people have got to do is say, yes, big up, so nice tunes, and that's it. I'm happy. I'm like, lovely. You know what I mean? But these guys, they do believe in what they do, and that's what I loved. I went, you know what? So I'm going to try and help them out if I can, whatever.
What I say about that place, it's got the vibe of an old school record store.
Yeah, definitely.
And I actually thought that kind of, until a few years ago, I thought that was kind of going, because it's got that old school vibe of, you go in the record store and there is a community vibe.
Yeah, exactly.
You chat to the people. It's not just, I know you were saying before you just want to get in and get out, but like before you'd meet people.
This is what attracted me to these lot, because the whole thing changed there. You're going to smile, have a chat. How you doing, bruv? It's got a pull on it. So everybody that goes to Planet Wax, because there's an atmosphere in here. And it's like a friendly atmosphere, you know what I mean? It's like,
because what I'd say is like that they're definitely, and again, I'll use the C word again, Community.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're not just into like some shops back in the day. Yeah, I'm not going to use that C word. Yeah. Maybe later, Godfrey. But like
Confused.
Yeah. But some like record shops back in the day would like maybe like they'd be alright for like if like some big DJ come in, they'd sort them out. But then like the normal punters, they might be like
you'd be sitting there waiting like.
Whereas exactly. Whereas Planet Wax, they don't care. It's all about.
Yeah, it's community. They go, yeah, bruv, bosh, have some of that. Have some of that, and I like it, you know what I mean? I like it, so
obviously you got your nickname, you became Uncle G.
Yeah, because the guys are there a bit younger than me. I'm in my 50s, I'm 53, them like in their 30s and all that. Old Dexter decided to call me Uncle G, but the thing is, like I said to you before, like I got about 30 kids that call me Uncle G. I'm like, they're not their real uncle, but all my friends' kids and all, they all called me Uncle G anyway, so it just fitted anyway. After I left Wax FM, Dexter goes to me, right, you might as well come down here and play some music for me on a Friday. So he give me a little show. He used to go, come and do your show on a Friday, you know what I mean, after work. And he gave me that, and I've been doing that ever since, mate.
And you stream that, don't you, on the internet?
Streaming it now. The past this year, I started to stream, and the clientele keeps on building up and building up and building up, and it's very nice. It's good, and it's different because also when I'm talking to the clientele on the internet, the people listening to the shop they're going, "What is he? Yeah, it's live, man. It's live."
I like the way you say clientele.
Clientele.
Yeah.
Clientele.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Really?" I go, yeah. There's a guy that goes, "What radio is that?" I goes, "No, it's through the internet, mate."
Don't you get on the mic, it's streaming. I know it's 6 to 8 every Friday for Planet Wax. If you go by their YouTube, if you want to see Uncle G spinning some tunes, and if you get in the chat room, I'm sure we'll give you a shout out.
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely.
But yeah, you've been doing that the last few years.
Whatever comes along, innit? Life is life, and we'll try to just go forward and make sure we have a little smile on our face at the end of each day, you know what I'm saying?
Alright, so that's where I met you down there, Godfrey.
Yes, sir.
Been a pleasure getting to know you the last couple of years.
Nice one, brother. Ain't the same to you, mate.
Nice one for coming down today, yeah?
Right, thanks for having me, man.
Take it easy,
Lovely.
bro.
Good-ching. Lovely. Excellent.